All right, all right, all right. Welcome, welcome. Okay, Julie Mai here, you guys. I'm so glad that you are joining me. This is something that I learned from our new social media mentor, Fraser Brooks. And a lot of you know that I joined the Inner Circle a few months back, and he does this within his little inner circle. And I've learned so much. And one thing that he's told me, if there's anything that he could do to build his business, it would be these type of calls every single day. He said that there's nothing better if you're trying to build on social media, there's nothing better than this. So I told him, I'm like, I want to do this with my team. And he said, absolutely. He says, the leaders that do this with their teams see their businesses grow exponentially. So this is new to me. So, I'm a firm believer that we crawl before we walk before we run before we sprint. So we're all in this together. We're going to learn this together. It's going to be, it's a little different for those of us who aren't used to building on social media. This is new. So, you're not going to be super great at first, and that's okay, but we're all in this together. First thing I want to just say is this is not to confuse or replace what you're already doing. This is just to add to what you're already doing. Those of you who know my story know that I got to Elite Pro 8 by building the old-fashioned way. I was told by my mentors that social media didn't work because 7.5 years ago, it was kind of a new thing. Do I wish that I would have done both? Do I wish I would have spent a little bit more time on social media? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because now I'm feeling like this is where I'm not comfortable. This is definitely outside my comfort zone, but it's exciting that we all get to do this together. I was just saying earlier before we recorded that I looked up some statistics, you guys. There's 2.6 over probably, because this was earlier in the year, 2.6 billion people on Facebook every day actively using Facebook. So you can never run out of people if you are looking and building on Facebook. It's just learning how to do it, learning how to get comfortable with it, learning how to make it feel right for you. And that's what these Blitz sessions are going to do. Let's see, I took a couple notes. So basically what they're going to be is they're going to be 30-minute focused activity. So if you're like me, I'm sure a lot of you are, that we get on, we're like, okay, we're going to go build on Facebook, or we're going to go to Instagram and we're going to start building. And next thing you know, we're scrolling, and 2.5 hours go by and we're like, woohoo, we just built on Facebook. We just built on social media, but really the actions weren't focused and we didn't get much of anything done. So this is going to be focused activity in 10-minute little blurbs that we're going to do. And I'm going to explain more. I'm going to show a video of Fraser explaining too, so that you can hear it from him. This is going to turn you from a passive user, a scroller, and maybe a heart here and a heart there and a comment here, a passive user, to an active user. If you're an active user, you're seen more, you're going to attract more friends, that attractive marketing with social media, and it's going to just really help you to become more visible. So it's really important to know what your intention is, posting on purpose, being on social media on purpose. And let's see, what else do I want to say before we play the video? So the first 10 minutes that we're going to do is commenting. So we're going to we're going to show a timer. It's going to be 10 minutes and we're going to comment. So we're going to go into our Facebook groups that we might be in and comment on posts that we like, maybe just into your feed and comment on posts of your friends that you see. Maybe you comment on comments that you like. So it's just commenting, 10 minutes of commenting. You don't want to get distracted. So if I was, your workout coach and I say, okay, we're going to do 10 minutes of sit-ups, you're not going to stop in between halfway through and start doing push-ups. We're doing 10 minutes of commenting. So that's the first 10 minutes. Second 10 minutes is going to be something called FAM, F-A-M, find, add, message. So this is when we're going to find people, whether it be, again, on your feed or within your groups. If you're on Instagram, you're going to find them within the post that you're looking at. You're going to add them. So on Facebook, you're going to add friend, and then you're going to message them. Something like, hey, Sally, I saw your post about, surfing in the Maldives. That is a dream of mine. I thought it'd be so cool to connect. How's things? So just keep it really simple. I'll put in some ideas in the comments when we get to that 10 minutes, but it's just making a connection. So you're going to find them, you're going to connect with them by messaging them, and you're going to add them up on Facebook. On Instagram, you don't necessarily have to add the friend, but you do want to engage in the post, like it, maybe comment in the post, and then message them. Hey, Katie, I saw your post about Mexico. I love Mexico. I was just there in February. I was in Cancun. Thought it would be cool to connect. How's things? So keep it really simple. Don't go into any details. That's how you're going to message them. The last 10 minutes is basically asking the question. Now, this is the part where everyone seems to get a little bit busy and, you know, oh, I got to go have breakfast, or I got to take care of my kids. Or this is just like in if you're building regular outside of social media, asking the question is the hardest. You want to see the information. So the last 10 minutes, we're going to ask the question. Obviously, this first session, we're not going to have a lot of people already that we've messaged. So I was thinking we could get kind of creative. Maybe we can go into our birthdays for everyone that, you know, has birthdays on your social media and say happy birthday. If you have friends that you've been talking with but haven't asked the question, today would be a good time, that last 10 minutes, to ask the question. What that looks like is, if you're going to ask a product question, hey, Jennifer, just curious, would you be open to checking out a game-changing product that has really helped me with my health? If not, no worries, just thought I would ask. Now, again, Fraser's going to go over this, and I'll put some of these in the comment boxes for you guys to look at. I know this is a lot of information, but you're going to get used to it. If you want to just go business forward, you could say something like, hey, Katie, I noticed that we both like to travel. I found a way to make a little extra income so that I can travel more. Just curious, would you be open to looking at some more information? If not, no worries, just thought I would ask. So we're going to keep it really simple and to the point. And yeah, should be fun. So I'm going to have Rusty play the video right now of Fraser kind of going over exactly what I went over so that you can understand it a little bit better. And then we'll go ahead and get started with the 30 minutes. So go ahead and press play, Rusty.
Live from Cologne in Germany. Excited for today because I want to share with you randomly how to build your network marketing business using Blitz strategies. Now, in the Inner Circle, we tend to do blitzes as a group. I let you know every Friday in WhatsApp kind of when we do them, but usually they're on Wednesday or Thursday. I tell you the time on a Zoom, and we get together and we kind of do the Zoom calls, right? So we get together, we do the Zoom calls, I tell you the assignment, I give you the time deadline, and you go ahead and do it. But not all of you will be able to attend live. And maybe you find like the recording a bit like weird. So I want to teach you how to do your own Blitz session. So whether you've got 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, 3 hours, 2 hours a day, you can go ahead and implement this strategy, and you can pass it on to your team as well, right? I'm kind of getting known in the industry of network marketing for being the guy who kind of is making blitzes cool and making blitzes sexy and getting people to really use their time effectively and efficiently. So I just wanted to do this live to be able to help you out with this. And I believe this is one of the first things you're going to be learning inside the Inner Circle as well. It's going to be one of the, I think it's going to be put in Unit 1. So there'll be the Whoop exercise, the time management exercise, the core activities, and then also the Blitz session. So the Blitz sessions are implemented literally 10 minutes. I'm going to write it in my brown pen, see if it works on here. So 10 minutes. So you're going to be basically conditioning your network marketing self on doing certain activities in short spaces of time. Now, although the blitzes, we're actually going to do them here. I'll actually show you an example of how this works. We're going to set the timer for 10 minutes, and you're going to do one activity and one activity only in the 10 minutes so that you condition yourself. So if, for example, if you were to go for if you do 10 minutes of meditation, right? If you do meditate, let me know in the comments. I do it sometimes, not all the time. I should do it every day, but I don't. But if you were to do a 10 minutes meditation, and then 3 minutes into the meditation, it's all going well, and 3 minutes in, you go, I forgot. I've got to put the bread in the toaster. Oh, let me stop. You put your meditation on pause. That's not going to get you anywhere. The same as if your personal trainer, right? Your personal trainer says to you, right, what I want you to do is I want you to do 10 minutes of squats, right? Let's see how many you can do so we can track your progress. And you start doing it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're 4 minutes in, you're dying, and you go, oh, you know what? I'm going to do some press-ups. You don't want to do press-ups when your personal instructor has told you go and do as many squats as you can in 10 minutes. So here we go. Here we got number 1 is we need time. Number 2, we need the activity, right? And number 3, we need to track what we're doing. So, for example, let's say it's 10 minutes of commenting, right? So we do one comment, right? So we're on Facebook, comment. We find another post, we comment. We do another post, comment. And we go, right, we did 15 in 10 minutes. So now you know, Monday's session or the morning session, I did 15 comments in 10 minutes. So what I want to do is I want to look to improve this number so that I get better, I get faster, I get more efficient, so that I can get more done in the windows of time. And what you're going to end up finding is that, yes, we have the 10 core activities, but the 3 activities that I'm going to be focusing on and focusing heavily on are commenting. Why? Because this is going to take you from being a passive user of social media into an active user. And remember, if you give a lot of love, chances are you're going to get a lot of love back, right? That's how it works. So commenting, number 2, is find, add, message. Now, you would have learned that in the 10 core activities, but find, add, message is simply you find someone on social media, you add them, or you follow them, or you connect with them, and then you message them, letting them know why you're connecting, right? Okay. And then the last one is asking the question. Okay, ask the question. Now, this is the question to see if they would be open to checking out your business or your product. Word of warning, when you're starting out to get some runs on the board, I highly recommend leading with the product, right? Hey, would you be open to checking out some information on a game-changing product that I use? No worries if not. I just thought I would ask, right? That's it, right? That's it. Then obviously when you're getting more confidence, you've got more wins, you're growing, and you want to build a team, then you can start asking people, hey, just curious, would you be open to checking out some more information on a game-changing way to make money on social media? No worries if not, just thought I would ask. That's it. That's it. Now, just to clarify, this is not, you comment on Bob's post, and then you find someone in Bob's feed, Mary, so you find I'd message her. She hasn't replied back because in 10 minutes you've got the next Blitz session, so you're just going to ask Mary the question. No, I would ask the question to people who you found I'd messaged in an earlier session, in an earlier day, in a previous week. Whether you're just going to ask straight away or you build the relationship first. But if you know you're going to do, if you're a relationship building type and you know that you are going to be asking the question on a Blitz that night, have a list. Have a list of paper, right? Tonight, in tonight's Blitz session, I've got 10 minutes of asking the question. I'm going to be asking the question to Bob, Mary, Steve, Derek, Joanne, Claire, Barbara, and Samantha. Right? It is so simple. But this makes you from a passive to an active. This grows your list and it gets people saying yes or no to seeing if they're open. Yes, the 10 core activities are great, and I want you to track them from week to week. That's what I ask you on the Friday for. However, in Blitz sessions, that's all you need to focus on. Because these are the things that you can do in 10 minutes and you can track. So you do a comment, 1. You do another one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you add message. You find someone on Facebook, you add them, and then you message them to say like, hey, Mary, I saw your post in the Dog Lovers group. Great one. Thought it'd be cool to connect. How are you? Done. Second one, done. Third one, done. Fourth one, done. We did 4. Then ask the question. Go. Hey, Mary, hey, Samantha, just curious, would you be open to checking out some more information on a game-changing product I use? No worries if not, just thought I would ask. Send. 1. Hey, Barbara, send. Done. So now you know your numbers. And when you know your numbers, you can predict your future because you can start to then track, well, I did that activity, what were the results that I got further on? Right? But it's always an activity-based exercise. Get addicted and get good at doing the activity. Let me see if I can bump this lighting down a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's see if that's better. I mean, didn't really make much difference in it. So here's what we're going to do. So we know it's going to be 10 minutes. Why is it 10 minutes? But here's the thing, guys. When you condition yourself to get really good in pockets of windows, you might do 2-minute blitzes. I've got 2 minutes before the bread pops out of the toaster, right? I'm just going to do a quick find out message blitz. 1, 2. Okay, I'm done. Okay? So 10 minutes time. The activity, we've got the activity. Now we've got a track. The last thing we need well, I mean, we don't really need the last thing, but we want the countdown. So what you're going to do, you do this on your own if it's just you, and if you have a team, you can tell your team, hey guys, just to let you know, tonight at 7 p.m., I'm going to be doing my Blitz session. I just thought I'm going to do it anyway, so I thought that I would just jump on Zoom. If anyone wants to join me and do it too, then great. When you do blitzes as a group, you will get more done as a team because people want to impress each other. People will do more because they're actually got accountability on it. But yeah, sometimes people want to do it on their own. So here we go. What you're going to do is you are going to get a device. You can use Alexa to do a 10-minute countdown. But what I prefer, especially when you're on Zoom, is you want to put the 10-minute countdown on the Zoom, right, on the screen. So you can just search for 10-minute countdown. If you type 10-minute countdown Fraser, I think if you type Fraser, my one will appear. So feel free to use my one if you want. You don't have to. There we go, top one, right? So I actually was going to plan on doing this with you right now, but I don't really see the point in that because you can kind of just join me on a Blitz session. But here's what's going to happen. You're going to click it. An ad will most likely appear on all these videos. It might even be my own ad. Who knows? Or it could be a German ad because I'm in Germany right now. We will see when my internet decides that it wants to play. It's really weird. There we go. Free train. What's this? Skip ads. I didn't even know what that was. Right? So go. Now the timer is going to go from 10 all the way down to 0. When the 0 hits, that's it. And all you're going to do is you're going to be commenting. Right? Once the time hits 0, you stop. And if you're doing it as a group, if you're doing it on your own, you just go, all right, maybe you stand up, do some exercises, sort your posture out, get a drink of water, whatever, because the next session is going to then be you find out messaging. And the last session is you going to be asking the question. That's it. Three lots of 10 minutes, takes you half an hour. If you do half an hour a day like that, you will get more done than probably 95 to 99% of the net marketing population. Because they're just kind of doing it when they can. Oh, I've got an hour. When people that used to ask me all the time, hey Fraser, what if you were me and you had an hour a day to build your business, what would you do? I would I'd do two of these. I would do 10 minutes commenting, 10 minutes find out message, 10 minutes ask the question, 10 minutes commenting, 10 minutes find out message, 10 minutes ask the question. That's all I do. And they're like, really? That's simple, right? Yeah. So why complicate it? That's 10 minutes of focused activity. But most people go, well, I've got an hour to build my business. Let's go social media, right?
Does it sound familiar?
Scroll. Whoa, been building for 2 hours? Didn't really get much from that because you did nothing. Scrolling equals nothing. So if you would like more information on if you've got questions and you're thinking, well, where should I be commenting? Where should I be finding messaging? Then obviously I'm going to be teaching. The next unit, unit 2, is all about lead generation. You will never have a problem with find that message again. And if you do, maybe it's because you're overthinking, or maybe you want to adjust some of the strategies, maybe whatever. Right? Ask the question I talk about in, I believe, I'm not too sure what unit it is, but basically it's what I shared before. Hey Bob, just curious, would you be open to checking out some more information on a game-changing product that I use? No worries if not, just thought I would ask. Right? I believe I shared that in the 10 core activities actually. Commenting is any post you see in groups, in the newsfeed, in stories. The stories feature on Facebook or Instagram is a great way because it sends them a message whenever you comment on it, right? But that's only going to get seen by that person. If you want to get seen by the world, then go on lives, comment. Go on other people's posts, comment. Now, if you just comment fire emoji, yeah, you're going to be a comment, but that's not going to grab anyone's attention. If you put a funny GIF in there, or GIF, whatever you want to call it, then that might be funny too. I actually have my own GIF. If you search for Fraser Brooks when you're doing your GIF, you'll see mine come up. I've got some funny ones on there. They've been viewed quite a lot actually, which is kind of fun. But that's how you do a blitz. Real simple. Set your time. I definitely start with 10 minutes, and you can always go more or less. I don't recommend doing more. Because you kind of get like Facebook jail notifications and all that. So you might need, when you're doing the 10 minutes to find a message, you might need to switch from Facebook to Instagram. maybe Facebook to LinkedIn, maybe LinkedIn to Instagram, whichever platforms that you use. That's why it's always good to have two platforms, two presences. But yeah, you can kind of go from 10 minutes to 5 minutes when you're doing it on your own. You need a countdown timer, which we showed here. So you need to know the time, you need to find the countdown timer, you need to know the activity, you need to focus just on that activity, and then you need to track it. The more blitzes you do, the better you'll get. If you
Okay, cool. So everyone that I can see their faces, give me a thumbs up. You guys kind of got the gist? Yeah? Okay, cool. Awesome. So we're going to go ahead and start the first 10 minutes. Just commenting. Don't get distracted. I'm going to have Rusty put up the clock, and we'll do 10 minutes of commenting. I'm going to put in some examples. I already did for the message. When we find add message, you'll see I put in some examples. I'm going to work on some for the question, but let's go ahead and get started with the commenting. Everybody go ahead, Rusty. Throw up the 10 minutes. 3, 2, 1, go. One thing I forgot to mention, you guys, is keep track of your comments. So every time you comment, put a 1. So if you have a piece of paper or your book, just comment. Every time you make
Julie, it's really hard to hear you with the music on.
Okay, I'll say it. I'll put it in chat. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Rusty. Every time you make a comment, put a 1 next to your comment. So if you have a comment in your book, just put a little dash, like every time you make a comment, because I'm going to be asking you guys to put in the chat how many comments you did in the 10 minutes. So just keep track of your comments. You can turn it back up, Rusty. Thanks, Rusty.
Do we write down who we comment on so that we can like add them to our database and track who as well, or just that we're commenting?
Nope, just commenting. Don't need to track the person for commenting. This is really just to become more visible, so you become more of an active user. We will keep track of when we ask the question to who, but this is just commenting. left. Good job, everybody. Seconds. Get those last couple comments in there. Five, four, three, two, one. Awesome, everybody. Hands down, pencils down, hands down. Good job. Okay, I would love to see how many comments you did. So please go ahead and throw those in the chat. I'll call out on you guys. Would love to know. So really, you guys, what this is about is just becoming more visible, right? Not only for the people that you are commenting to, but other people that also made comments on those posts are going to see you too. Maybe they're going to like your comment and they're going to want to go to your page and check you out. So this is just also for the algorithm of Facebook and Instagram to become more visible. All right, we got Melody 12, Sarah McDermott 23, good job. Katie 18, Sunshine 15, Nina Weber 16, Kaolani 17, Jennifer Alice 15, Ashmu 24, Lucia 30. Yeah, girl. Jennifer 8. That's all right. You'll get better. We have Polly Grace 6. It's okay. Sky 17. Chelsea 15. Awesome, awesome, everybody. Good job. Okay. All right. So we're going to go right into find add message. Let's go ahead and get this going. Get the clock up there. I'll put, if you scroll back, you'll see some examples that I put in the comments. This is just going into your Facebook groups or going into your Instagram feed, finding people, liking the post, adding them up on Facebook, add friend, and then messaging them. Relate to them in some way. Say, you know, whatever it is about that post that you liked, thought it would be cool to connect. Just keep it really, how's things? How are you? Just keep it kind of light and cool. I've been doing this for a while and I've been getting a lot of responses back. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and put that clock up, find, add, message. Another great way on Instagram to find people is through hashtags. If you put in the hashtag that you're interested in, travel, surfing, cooking, you will see millions of people who are in the same hashtags. So go ahead, Rusty, stick that second timer up there and we'll get started on find, add, message. Again, keep track of who and how many you're finding and adding. And I would probably, if you want, you can write down their names or you can just keep track in your phone. But if you want to keep track by writing their names down, you can do that too.
Sorry, no clock on this one. I couldn't get the 10-minute timer to show and the music at the same time, but we can always play with that. Sorry.
Okay, so it's just going to play music?
Yeah, it's going to show around the music. I think it's going to be like a little thing going around the music, I think, if you can see that.
Not really, but it's okay.
Yeah,
go ahead and then maybe just shoot me a text like at the 5-minute mark, Rusty,
okay.
And then at the 1-minute mark so I can let everyone know. halfway through, you guys. 5 minutes to go.
Okay, what time?
Where are we at, Rusty? About a minute. Oh, minute or so left, you guys. Good job. That's time, I think. All right. Okay. Yep. I saw Katie do a stretch it out. Good job. 10 minutes of finding, adding, and messaging. Go ahead and throw in the chat how many you did. And I know it's a little tricky at first. It definitely is something to get used to. I think it was Katie yesterday, we were talking on the sign. She's like, is a little bit hard because you're not used to doing this activity. But once you get into the habit, you guys, we got Melody at 7, Sarah 3, Jennifer 7, Katie 4, Christy 3, Ashmu 1, oops 2. That was hard. Yeah, it is. It's a little tricky at first because we're not used to it, right? So that's what this is all about, is just getting in the habit. Because think about it, the more people that we add to our pages, if this is how you want to build, this doesn't have to be for everyone. I just want to make that clear. If you're on here today and you're like, this just isn't for me, totally okay. This is just something that I'm inspired to do because I do want to start making my presence a little bit more on social media. It's my goal. So for those of you that want to join me, please do. For those of you who don't, that's okay too. But it's tricky because it's a new habit. We're learning new habits. We're learning new skills. But the more people we add into our friend group, then the more people are going to see what we're doing, so that when we start showing what we're doing, asking the questions, it just puts more people into the funnel.
That was definitely difficult if you haven't done a lot of social media, how to even find friends. I noticed the ones who did it are already kind of on it already, how to actually find friends of friends. So I know Debbie and I are having trouble. We haven't done a lot of social media.
Yes,
any hints on that?
Great point. So groups, if you're trying to, if you're like figuring out how do I find new people, so on Facebook, look, and you can go up to the toolbar and search in groups, and you can put in whatever you're interested in. So if you're interested in horses, or if you're interested in travel, if you're interested in surfing, if you're interested in gardening, pets, dogs, but get specific. I've learned that some of these groups are so big that there's so many people, which can be a good thing too. But if you, I almost feel like the sweet spot is anywhere from about 1,000 to 3,000 people, because it's a little bit more, people are going back and they're, commenting back and forth. It's a little bit more intimate, but you put into the group title what you're interested in, the people that you're going to want to connect with. Health groups. I mean, it's infinite how many groups are on Facebook. So that's a great way to find new people. Let's see. Let me just look at the chat here. I don't know about you. Some of them only, I'm always on a friend. Okay. I'd rather message after the friend accepts the friend request. Okay, that's totally up to you, but a lot of people won't even, like, here's a perfect example. I have over 150 friend requests. I don't go in and accept my friends all the time. So it's good to let someone know why you're trying to be their friend, right? Because some of these people, I'm like, who are these people? But if you were to say, hey, I saw your post, I really liked the picture of the sunset, thought it would be great to connect, how's things? So you're making it a little bit more personal. That's what this is all about, is really trying to connect with people. That's what Facebook is. It's just a way for us to connect. Let's see. You can message people on IG without being friends. Yes. Great point, Sarah. So on Instagram, even Fraser says that you don't have to ask to be their friend on Instagram. He just says to connect with them, interact with them, and then go ahead and message them on Instagram. I have over 4,000 friends. So Sandy, it might be time to do a little clean house on your Facebook. Up to you, but that's something that he definitely recommends. And if your friends aren't interacting with you, a lot of them probably either aren't even on Facebook anymore, or they're people that you might not want in your business. So go ahead and do like a friends, cleaning out the friends list, getting rid of people that don't have a picture, seeing who you're actually interacting with. That's a really great thing to help your algorithm. We just learned that in the content code that we did with Fraser. Let's see. 3 people I just did this already started following me. Whoa, see, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's cool when you, that's exactly right. So what happens is people see that connection. And when you think about it, think about how many people you guys are on this platform. Like, that's the thing, is you can't take it personal. If someone says, I don't want to be your friend, or I'm not interested, or they don't respond back. If someone doesn't respond back, what Fraser says to do is give them a few days. If they don't respond back, then go ahead and take your friend request back. Because maybe they're just not interested in connecting. So just keep that in mind, that you're reaching out to there's billions of people that you're going to be reaching out to. I mean, obviously we're not reaching out to billions, but you get the idea that there's so many people. So we're just going through the numbers, finding those that want to connect, and then we're going to ask the question, and that is the next 10 minutes. A lot of us don't have a lot of people to ask the question because we're just starting this. So when Rusty puts up, oh, we're getting close to 11. So maybe we won't do a whole nother 10 minutes. I think we got the idea for this call. I think this is long enough, but what I am going to ask is that everyone does, before we hop off, everyone goes to their birthdays. Does everyone know how to find your friends' birthdays on Facebook? Go up to the top and type in friends' birthdays or birthdays, and you'll see a list of all your friends' birthdays. I would recommend doing this every day if you want to be active on Facebook, and go ahead and wishing them a happy birthday. You can do, that gives you a couple different options on how to do that, but that's a really good thing to do. And then just keep in mind that the next time that we do this, I'm trying to read at the same time. Fraser recommends no more than 3,400 friends. He says that's the sweet spot. He says it's really good to know all of your friends and be interacting with them. Can we stay on this call and work and wait for Rachel Jackson's call? Well, it's an hour away, so we'll probably pop off of this, I would say. Yeah, it's only 11. Let's see. Okay, cool, you guys. So yeah, the last 10 minutes is asking the question. So asking the question is for people that you've connected with, you've made a connection, they've gotten back to you, and you're going to ask the question. I wrote down a couple little notes here. So something like, hey, Carrie, just curious if you'd be open to checking out some information on a game-changing healthcare product that I've been using. No worries if not, just thought I'd ask. So you keep it really simple. Or if you want to talk about skincare, maybe, you know, our true science. Hey, Mike, just curious, would you be open to checking out more information on an incredible skincare line that I just transitioned to? No worries, or if not, just thought I would ask. So you can kind of gauge it too if you want to get more direct about our energy, about our skincare, about, you know, our activators. There's different ways that you can ask the question, but asking the question is definitely the hardest piece of the puzzle because you get nervous that people are going to say no. The thing with social media is if they say no, it's okay. No skin off your back. There's a billion and 2 other billion people that we can ask the question to. So just knowing that try not to take it personal, just knowing that there's tons of people that we can ask the question. Some are going to say yes, some are going to say no. Can we make a shared note, something with a bunch of examples asking questions? Yes, that's a great idea, Sarah. I'll get something together. With the third 10 minutes, I was going to have a clock and then maybe some examples on the clock where you could see so that people could really, you know, have an idea of what to say. It's a numbers game. That's exactly right. It's a numbers game, just like outside of social media. It's exactly the same within. So this just helps us get into the proper behavior of learning the habits. And I know what we all just did. I know we only did the first 20 minutes. My goal is to make these calls 35 minutes. That's the goal. So we'll just kind of get right into them and get them out, you know, do it as fast as we can. So it's not a huge chunk of your day. A few times a week. I know Kristen is on board. I know Katie is on board. Jennifer Murray is on board. Melody, a lot of us, Rusty, a lot of us different leaders are thinking of leading these throughout the week. So, and then if you decide to do it on your own, that's what this is all about, is just trying to make this a daily habit, 30 minutes of focused activity on social media to gain your network within Facebook and Instagram. I love the intentionality. Yes, totally. Being intentional. Posting on purpose, messaging on purpose, having a purpose, not just scrolling with nothing coming back into our business. So I think that's it for this call. We'll go ahead and figure out the next Blitz session sometime this week, and it will be a little bit quicker. It won't be a whole hour. Thank you for taking the hour out of your day to learn what this is all about. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me direct, ask me or Kristen or Katie or Jennifer or Sarah or Melody if you have questions, and we'll get your questions answered. But I'm excited to get this rolling, and hopefully it can be a few times a week that we all do this together. All right, everybody, anybody want to say anything? I think we're good to go. Kristen, you want to say anything? Jennifer?
I'm going to go spend my next 10 minutes following up with whoever commented on my comment.
Perfect. Love that. Absolutely. Perfect. Hi, Carrie. Thank you. All right, everybody.
I just thought it would be good to say that the question for me is almost always going to be, can I put you in activating you? I think if we're going to use social media, let's use social media and let's get people into our Facebook